They lived with their father, who was a woodcutter. They didn't have much money, but they were a happy family. Hansel and Gretel's father went into the forest every day to cut wood to sell.
Bye, Hansel. Bye, Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel would play with their friends in a clearing by the forest.
Ready! Apple, berry, pumpkin pie, we will have them by and by. Honey, golden, sugar sweet, we will have them all to eat. Make a circle big and round, tap your feet upon the ground. Clap your hands and tap your feet, we will have a feast to eat.
Hansel, who was always hungry, said,
Apple pie, berry pie, I'm tired of this game. Quiet, Hansel, but I'm hungry.
Because it was almost dinner time, each of the children talked about what they would have for dinner.
Oh, Mama's baking pumpkin pie for dessert. With fresh cream topping. Our Mama's making stew for dinner. With fresh baked bread and butter. And roasted potatoes. Yum.
Hansel and Gretel knew that their father was working late delivering wood that he had chopped in the forest, so no dinner would be waiting for them. The other children said goodbye to Hansel and Gretel.
Bye.
All of the other children headed to their houses and their dinners.
I'm sure when Papa gets paid for the wood that he cut, he'll bring home lots of food. I hope so.
Just then, Gretel thought she saw something move in the trees.
I saw one. So what? A wood elf. There aren't any wood elves. I thought I saw one.
Hansel and Gretel heard their papa coming down the path.
Papa!
Children, I'm so glad to see you.
I'm hungry, Papa.
I'm sure you are. I have bread and cheese and a special treat for you.
Yay!
Now let's go home and have dinner.
So Hansel and Gretel and their father went to their small house and had dinner. The special treat that their father had brought for them was a bag of gummy bears, Hansel's favorite. The next morning, Hansel and Gretel wanted to go with their father into the forest when he went to cut wood. So the three of them walked deep into the forest. Gretel asked,
Papa, why do you chop wood? Can me and Hansel go exploring? Girl thinks there's elves in the forest. She wants to go look for them.
Maybe there are.
I heard that there's a witch in the forest.
Hansel, don't scare your sister.
Hansel and Gretel's father told them they could look around the forest, but not to go far because it was very easy to get lost. So Hansel and Gretel left their father chopping wood while they went exploring.
Let's go over here. We can't go too far, we'll get lost. I know. I brought some gummy bears for us to leave them as a trail and find our way back. Good idea.
So Hansel and Gretel left a trail of gummy bears in the forest to find their way back to their father while they went to explore. They didn't know that they were being watched. There really was a witch that lived in the forest, and she was following them.
What cute little children. I need to get them to my gingerbread house.
The witch continued to follow Hansel and Gretel. But the witch wasn't the only one following Hansel and Gretel. Gretel was right. There were elves in the forest.
Pitter patter, skitter scatter, what a pretty place to play. Chitter chatter, mitter matter, dance the merry hours away. Scatter, where are you? Over here. Pitter patter, skitter scatter, what a pretty place to play. Chitter chatter, mitter matter, dance the merry hours away. What are you doing over here? I think I saw some children come this way. Children?
Children shouldn't go that deep in the forest.
The witch was in that direction. The witch scares me. The witch can't hurt us. We can make an elf ring and shut her out. What about the children? We should follow and
Just then, Scatter noticed the gummy bears that Hansel had left as a trail.
Look! What is it? It's a little bear. It's so cute.
Here's another one.
The elves thought the gummy bears were very cute, and they had fun collecting all of them. Then the elves went to look for the children. Hansel and Gretel continued walking deeper into the forest.
We've been walking for a long time, and I'm getting tired, and it's getting dark. Let's rest for a minute, then we'll head back to Papa.
The elves caught up with the children.
Hello, children. What else? I knew they were real. Of course we're real. I'm Hansel. I'm Luca Elf.
I'm Maple one.
I'm Berry Elf. I'm Acorn Elf. I'm Blossom Elf. And I'm Scatter Elf. I'm Gretel. This is my brother Hansel. Nice to meet you. Look what we found. Our gummy bears. Oh no. They belong to you. We'll give them back. No, you can keep them. They won't help us now. How can they help you?
The children explained that the gummy bears were marking the path they had walked, and it was how they were going to find their way back to their father.
You went this way.
The elves and the children started into the forest.
There's a bear on the path. Let's go that way.
There's a wolf that way.
Let's go this way. No! That's where the witch lives. We're trapped. You'll be safe here. We can make an elf ring for your protection. You should try to get some sleep. I don't think I can sleep. Me neither. Yes, you can. We will keep you safe and our magic will let you sleep.
The elves sang the children to sleep.
Little children, pull by the breeze, rest till the morning under the trees. Too late to wander, too late to roam. Dream of your father, dream of your home.
Hansel and Gretel fell asleep. Acorn and Berry Elf went to watch for the bear and the wolf. The other elves made the protective elf ring around Hansel and Gretel. Then the witch appeared.
I'll get them. I'll get them now. Hold tight. The elf ring. I'll still get them.
The witch tried to break through the protective ring, but the elves' magic was too strong.
No!
Frustrated, the witch left and headed to her gingerbread cottage. Knowing that Hansel and Gretel were safe, the elves also went to sleep. The next morning, Hansel and Gretel didn't want to wake the elves, so they set off to find their way back home by themselves. Hansel and Gretel didn't realize that they were headed straight toward the witch's gingerbread cottage, where a sugar cookie and a peanut butter cookie stood guard.
Sugar, can you hear me? Yes, but I can't move. I can't either. I think we've been baked into cookies. We should have listened to our parents when they told us not to go in the forest. I didn't believe them when they said it was dangerous.
Then Sugar Cookie heard the witch approaching.
Shh, here comes the witch. My name's Lindsay of icing around the doorway. Nice and sweet for my companies. Not a word of warning to them from you two, or I'll crumble you. Crumble? Yes, attention.
Hansel and Gretel were hungry and tired. They couldn't believe what they saw in front of them.
Hansel, look! It's your house made of gingerbread and cookies. It's delicious. Yes, it is.
Gretel looked closely at the cookies.
cookies, I think they're children. Are you cookies? Yes, for cookies, but quiet. We must not tell. She'll be angry.
Just then the witch appeared.
Who's eating my pups? Don't run, my pretties. But you're a witch, a very good witch. Good? Yes, I love little children, especially when I bake into delicious cookies.
The witch laughed.
Now,
The witch waved her broom and Hansel and Gretel were unable to move. They were being controlled by the witch's broom, and so were the cookies.
bring them inside.
The cookies took Hansel and Gretel inside the gingerbread cottage. They put them in a cage. The witch locked them in the cage and left them alone. Gretel exclaimed,
We want to get out of here. Cookies, help us, please. We can't. The witch has us under a spell. We have to do whatever she says.
Then the witch returned.
There's too much talking in here. I like it quiet when I'm baking. Baking? Yes. Now, is my oven nice and hot? I need you to put more wood on the fire.
And the witch intended to bake Hansel and Gretel into delicious cookies. She controlled Gretel with her broom and moved her closer to the oven. Unknown to the witch, the wood elves had followed Hansel and Gretel and were there to help them.
Now you're going into the oven. Help! Stop! Stop! What? Get her broom!
And the elves grabbed the witch's broom, breaking the spell over Gretel and the cookies, who turned back into the children that they were. Then they freed Hansel from the cage. The witch exclaimed.
No!
The witch tried to run away, but she tripped and fell into the oven and baked herself. The cookie children ran to check the oven.
The witch is a cookie!
Then Hansel and Gretel heard a familiar voice calling them.
Hansel, Gretel.
It's our Papa! We're here!
Children, I've been so worried.
Hansel and Gretel told their father all about the witch and the cookies and the elves. Then they showed him the witch cookie.
Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is over, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. We baked her into a tree, she really couldn't take a heat. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
And Hansel and Gretel's father told them he would take them home and return the children who had been turned into cookies to their families. The elves moved into the gingerbread house and told Hansel and Gretel they could visit them whenever they wanted to. And they all lived
Happily ever after. Yay! Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch old witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. We baked her into a tree, she really couldn't take that heat. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
You can take one final bow.